This is Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. Words on leadership, goal setting, productivity, and a whole lot more. I hope today you will consider this a vitamin or supplement for your heart and mind. And wherever you download podcasts from, would you please subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom? Leave a rating and a brief written review. It would be so helpful. And pass the word along to your friends and neighbors to subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. Today's subject, we're going to talk about how to create a better future. Regardless of where you are today, your future could be better. There are lots of reasons it could be better, but you're going to have to decide that it's going to be better. It doesn't matter what has happened in your past or what about your life presently you may not particularly care for. Or you could be hitting on all cylinders and really tearing up the patch. But still, how do we create an even better future? And what keeps so many from having and creating a better future? Well, I think there's one word that would just jump out as to why this doesn't happen, and that's the word fear. There's the fear of failure. What if I fail? And whenever I hear this from people that I'm coaching or talking with, I say to them, are you succeeding right now? And most of the time, they'll have to admit that they're not. Then don't be afraid of failure. Failing happens to all of us. All of us will try things, will work on things that do not work out. But that may have failed, but it doesn't make you a failure or even your circumstance a failure, because the greatest lessons I have ever learned, the seeds of that learning came when something didn't work out. Yes, I might even say when it failed. But just because things fail does not make you a failure. There's also the fear going around today that people are afraid that they're going to miss out. If I do this, if I go there, I participate in this, that will limit other opportunities. I see people being so fearful of making a decision. Wherever you are presently, to a large degree, is because of past decisions you have made. And if you want to create a better future, you want your life to look a little better in the future, you're going to have to make some decisions right now. You're going to have to make a decision. I am going to change. I have to change. So I want to give us today 8 steps that I have found that you can put into your life, and doing these things will be the way to create a better future. Let's start with number 1. The first thing you need to do if you're going to create a better future is let go of the past. The past ended last night. Today is a new day. Yet I see people who take the troubles, the bones of past poor decisions, the hurt that has been inflicted on them, oftentimes through no fault of their own, and they take all of that and they weigh it down. They put it on their shoulders and it weighs them down, and they sort of limp and stagger and stumble through life because they are enchained and enslaved to the past. Now, if you're a spiritual person, give it to God. Let Him take care of your past. Let Him take the mess and make a message out of it. But if you're going to create a better future, you cannot keep dragging the past with you. The things that have happened, all of us, every one of us, have things in the past that we're not proud of, we wished hadn't happened, decisions that we wish we had not made. That is a part of the human experience. And I do not care how successful someone is or sounds or how well they try to tell you everything in their life has been wonderful. Everyone has a past. It is in one of the ways in which we are all equal. We all have things, I used to say, that we're running from. But if you're going to have a better future, you're just going to have to release your past and let go of it. Do not allow it any longer to define who you are. The second step in how to create a better future goes hand in hand with letting go of the past, and that is learn from your mistakes. Oftentimes, I tell you that the greatest lessons of where I really had a powerful learning experience did not come from my successes and wins as much as it did from my failures. It is in the midst of bad things happening, in the midst of going through a deep, dark valley, that I have learned some of the most valuable lessons of life. And even looking back on things that I sort of cringe about and they are uncomfortable to think about, but what are the lessons to be learned from your mistakes that you don't want to carry with you into the future and keep doing? So let go of the past. That'll help you to create a better future, but so will when you learn from your mistakes. Let me now take you to what I think is the third step that you need to take if you're seeking to create a better future. And that is simply believing you can enjoy a better future. Believe that you can. Believe that things can change. You know change is an ever-present part of life. Why don't you couple that with belief that you yourself, whoever you are listening to this, that you can indeed enjoy a better future? You can do it. Go ahead. Try it. You can't get there if you don't believe it's possible. Even if you don't see exactly in detail how it's going to work out, can you at least believe that you can indeed have and enjoy a better future? All right, the fourth step in creating a better future is commit yourself to personal development. You and I cannot change others. Oftentimes we can't even change our circumstance. We can't change the surroundings of our birth and development. But you today can take complete control over the university of yourself. And that is, make sure that you spend time developing as a person and do it aggressively and relentlessly. Begin to read. Begin to listen to podcasts. If you're in your car, rather than having music going all the time, listen to an audible recording. Do something. You can go to Windshield University. I drive a lot for the position that I serve in. And throughout the year, I listen to multiple copies of audible recordings. I listen to podcasts. I have committed myself to personal development. If you would have known me in high school and college, no one thought I would be very successful. I didn't come from the kind of a home that would be a springboard to really achieving things and doing things. No one really thought that I would be any different. But there is an area where each and every one of us can differentiate ourselves, and that is develop yourself, discipline yourself. Rather than sitting for 24 hours a week in front of the television, spend that time on developing. And if you're in a particular position or you want to be an entrepreneur, then study that. Take seminars, take classes. The internet is clogged up with all kinds of webinars that can help you. If nothing else, if you're really serious about it, get someone who can coach you, who can help you develop what you need to have developed in your life to create a better future. If you stay the same or regress, your future will not be any different nor any better than your past. That is the predictor. The one variable is, are you willing to change? Are you willing to grow and stretch and develop yourself? And no one can do that for you. You can't borrow someone else's sweat. You have to commit yourself relentlessly to personal development. The fifth step in the process of creating a better future is get acquainted with change. Most of us are adverse to change. Change frightens us, scares us. We like the status quo. But if you want to create a better future, you have to get acquainted with change. And the best place to start is one step back where I was talking about the fourth step, personal development. Begin to change yourself, change your attitude, change your mind, change the places you go, change the commitment you make. I understand that you have to give so many hours into work. But when I'm on vacation and I spend time with my spouse, I also give some of that time to relentless effort to record podcasts, to learn more, to write more, to do the things that I need to do. You have to get acquainted with change. I think one of the reasons that you may be frightened about creating a better future is that is such an uncertain term. Because if you attempt to do that and make the adjustments, make the commitments, make the changes in your life, it's a little bit uncertain. Is this going to work out? And we never know if anything's going to work out until we try it. But you know what you're presently doing, for many of you, is not working. So what do you have to lose? So if you're going to have a better future, create a better future, you are going to have to get comfortable and acquainted with change and uncertainty. The next item, the next step that you need to do, which I believe is step number 5, is you need to practice massive action. It's going to take a massive amount of input. Now you're saying, I'm going to give up, I can't do it. But if you're doing nothing, massive is doing one or two things. It's taking action. Changing your future is going to have to start with your heart and your head, but it can't end there. It has to move itself out into positive action. And I know that word massive sounds frightening, but if you want to move the ball, you're going to have to do more, and a whole lot more than you've been doing. If you haven't read a book in a year, don't set out to read 100 books, which is what I attempt to do and do every year and have done since 1982. Just make up your mind you're going to start reading 5-10 minutes a day. That for you is massive action. If you're going to try to get better, then sign up for a college course or sign up for a webinar or a group coaching. Do something to begin to feed your heart and mind and move yourself forward, and it's going to take action. The next one, number 7, that was actually number 6, is set goals. If you want a better future, if you want to create a better future, you're going to have to set goals. I would say you need to set goals for your health. Get out and move. Exercise, get a personal trainer, go to the gym, walk around the block, go swimming. Just get up and get moving. Set a goal that I'm going to save first and then spend what's left over, not spend first and then if there's $1 left, I'll save it. If you want to have a better future, you're going to have to start saving for it. Set goals, set professional, set spiritual goals, set relational goals, set how much time you want to spend with your spouse and your children. You need to sit down, listen to some of the past podcasts that have talked about what are the building blocks in goal setting. But the most important thing is you have to set goals. Set them in your personal, professional, spiritual, your work, your relationships. I would also say in your own personal development. If you're going to invest in yourself, set some goals of what you want to do, what you want to have accomplished in your life. And number 8, the 8th step in how to create a better future is to be a person of gratitude. Stop and say thank you. If you're a person of faith, give thanks to God. Give thanks to your spouse, your partner, your friends, your kids, your family, everyone you meet. Grateful people are happy and contented. Grateful people are usually working on goals. Grateful people are those people who are moving the needle forward in their life. My friend, today the decision is simply yours. Are you going to be a creature of the habits you've created so far? Are you going to be enslaved by the past? Or are you going to make up your mind that you have a picture of a preferable future? And regardless of what all the boo birds say, and regardless of what your family and friends say, you can't do that. You'll never be able to do that. Some of us even hear in our ears from our childhood, you'll never amount to anything. Stop listening to it. Let go of the past. Learn from your mistakes. Believe you can enjoy a better future. Relentlessly invest in personal development. Get comfortable and acquainted with change and uncertainty because it's a part of life. Practice taking action and then set some goals in your personal, professional, spiritual, economic life. And then make sure you are a person of gratitude. You've been listening to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. words on leadership, goal setting, productivity, and a whole lot more. I trust today this has been like a vitamin or a supplement for your heart and mind. And wherever you receive podcasts, would you please subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom, leave a rating and a brief review, and please pass the word around. This is Dr. Ron saying, until next time, make up your mind right now, not tomorrow, not next week, that you are going to be a person who is going to create a better future for yourself, your family, and your world. This is Dr. Ron saying, leader, you're doing better than you think you can, think you are. And until next time, have a great and blessed day.